So hold on, wait. So basically, hold on, wait. I'm talking about this. This is the point. This is the point, bro.
What's the point?
This is the point. This is the point, Choke. This is the point. So just because, if the child is you, they live their lifestyle. If they live the mom, so that means that they should experience 2 different lifestyles. When you have the resources to make sure they live a certain lifestyle regardless. You that butthurt.
It ain't
You that
about
mad that mommy got new kids. Hold on, wait, time out. You that upset.
When it's over between me and your mother, wherever she go on and live on and do on, and I don't even think your parents was married. Like it don't work out, But that don't mean that she got
cool,
to live.
And that's
she got to live.
That's
fucking
fine.
lavish
That's
because
fine.
I fucking had a baby.
What point do you say? Oh, I got a question. All right, so with you,
the King's back. Thank y'all once again for tuning in to the one and only Blake Check. It's the culture commentator King Blake tapping in more content for your head top. Now let's get into it. Let me explain something to some of you men out there. If you ever had a reason or needed some incentive as to why you need to stick around and be in your child's life, especially for the males, right? Because this is one of the reasons why they say a woman doesn't do the same job as a man being in a child's life. Because, especially with the males, you have a classic example here of a male raised off a woman's thinking and thought process. Many of you out there are like that. You might not want to acknowledge it, you might not want to accept it, but that's the real of the situation. Stay in your child's life, man, because one day you may look up and your son is sitting there talking some foolishness that a man does not raise their child to think like. That woman was receiving over, my math ain't all that, that woman was receiving over $75,000 a year. If she would have went and worked a job at McDonald's and worked part-time and brought in the 25 extra, she'd have been making well over 6 figures. And I'm sure he said she was flipping property in Delaware or wherever it was. So she has more skills than the average McDonald's worker. So then for him to sit there and say that he was entitled to more or deserved more or or that wasn't nothing. Listen, that's crazy. That's crazy. $6,700 a month he was receiving from child support that his mother was getting. Let me tell you the real. The real is, if your mom really loved you and cared for you that much, she'd have took half that money at the very least and invested it for you. So that way, once you turn of age and that child support ain't coming no more, you don't have to struggle. I get it. In the early days, 2003 to 2000 and maybe 6, 7, it might have been a little rough. 50 was out here making waves. Might have been. But that does not change the fact that a woman should have been out here with that money. They weren't living in Georgia. The average, this is 2022, the average income in Georgia right now is $37,000 a year. 37. So don't tell me that was nothing. They were living in Georgia at the time. You were balling compared to the average person. All right? And then I seen his mother in the comments talk about, oh, don't explain it to the commoners. They'll never understand. That right there is symptomatic of the problem we see today. You are raising a man. He's going to have his own kids one day. He's going to see that just because I'm not with your mother, it's unfortunate, but I still have a dedication to you where I'm going to make sure that you're okay. I'm going to make sure that you're straight, but that does not entitle you to everything that I have earned. It don't. That comes with relationship. That comes with relationship. You don't sit here and just be like disrespecting me all day. You don't want to have nothing to do with me, but yet because I'm on private jets, I should make sure that you on private. Nigga, what? As TK Kirkland would say, who raised you? Oh, we know. We know. And for the men out there, 50 went and put himself on child support. Why? Because at any point in time, that woman could have turned around and said, he never gave me nothing. Any money he gave me was gifts. Look, brothers, if you ain't with that woman and you giving her child support, stop right now. Stop. Go get yourself a money order and put child support on there. Send her that Zelle, put a child support note on there. Protect yourself. That's what 50 did. $6,700 a month. I believe he even said he was paying more than that till the judge came down with that finding. Brothers, we gotta be there to raise men, raise these boys into men. Because if not, you're gonna have them run around thinking that I should be entitled to $3,000 Louis Vuitton jeans just because. Man, listen, that brother ain't never even married your mother. If you want to be real, have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. She got over $1 million and he still didn't care because all he saw was what was on that screen. All he saw was what was through the lens of his mother in his ear saying, you see, you should have got that. You see, you should have had this. You see? Fathers, raise your boys before they grow up and become a bunch of male bitches. King Blake, I'm out of here. Food for thought. Y'all do the dishes.